Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Brii, and if this is your very first time here, first off, thank you so much for stopping by. Over here on my channel, we talk about all things faith, motherhood, and lifestyle. So if you're interested in any one of those, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button plus the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I do post a new video. And for all of the family that is returning, all of the crew, let me just say welcome back, guys. I'm so glad that you guys are back for another upload. So I'm super excited for today's video, as I am with all of my videos, but mainly because today we're going to be talking about the importance of having routines, especially for children. Over the last few months, we have been intentional with creating this morning and nighttime routine for Clay, and it honestly has just been a game changer for us. It has been absolutely amazing. Now, by any means, I am not telling you guys that this is what you have to do for you and your children or you and your child. I'm a really big advocate for do what's best for you and your household. My routine may look completely different from yours, and that is completely fine. Do what's best for you and your children. However, I definitely wanted to create this video just to show you guys, again, the benefits that we have seen so far with doing this routine. And then a week ago, I actually posted our routine chart that I created on Instagram, and I had some moms that were very interested. So if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm actually going to show you guys how I create my simple routine that we use every single day, morning and night. So if you're interested in any one of those, definitely go ahead and stay tuned for the video. So without further ado, let's get to it.
You're watching Lady Brii, and this is what you'll see. Empowerment for your life with a focus on G-O-D. It's really not about me, but for His glory. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you like what you see. It's Lady Brii.
Okay, so let's talk about why we have a routine in the first place. So in the past, at nighttime, it used to be full-on wars inside of this house because Clay was like all over the place. He was so antsy. He's jumping up and down. I know that he's sleepy. I know that he's tired. However, he's trying to stay up with us, and he just did not want to go to bed. And it became so stressful, not only for me, but for William. And I can tell that he wasn't regulated either. So it was just a problem for all of us. And so after talking with a couple of mom friends of mine, they said, Brii, you need to have a routine in place. And in my mind, I'm like, duh, yes, I need to have a routine in place. Even as a classroom teacher, the very first 2 weeks of school, we were drilling about the classroom routine. Students needed to know what they need to do when they walk inside the classroom. I had a routine for everything. When you need to sharpen your pencil, you do this. When you want to use the restroom, do this. When you need your notebook, whatever it is, you need to do this. Why didn't I bring routines inside of my household? I have no idea. But when the light bulb clicked, I said, yes, we need to go ahead and have a routine for our household, for Clay. He needs to know what is expected of him and what he needs to do. So as a classroom teacher, as soon as my students walked in, they knew that I need to make sure my pencil is sharpened. I need to make sure I need to get some tissue, whatever I need to do, get my notebook, get to my seat, because when the bell sounds off, we're going to be working on this bell ringer. They knew that. And the reason why they knew that is because I set the culture around it. It is something that we practice every single day. And I said, yes, that's what I need to do here at the house. Now, I'm not saying that we need to do this by 7, this is 7:30, this is 7:35. I'm not saying that, but Clay needed to know what is expected of him, and so he needed that structure. And that's the first reason why we have the routine, to give him some structure. I have a child that loves structure. I love structure. So why didn't I think of this at the beginning? I have no idea. However, I began to kind of take note of some of the things that we would usually do at nighttime. Like, I know that we're going to go to the potty. I know that we're going to wash our face and brush our teeth and say our affirmations. So I began to pick about 5 or 6 things that I know that we did every single night, and I just put them inside of a chart form. Now, mind you, stay to the end of the video so you guys can see exactly how I created that chart. But I ended up just putting it in a chart, and I made it visual so that he can see. My son thrives off of things that are visual. He likes to know what is it I need to do first, second, third. Like, he loves that. And so I knew that having something visual for him would be absolutely amazing. So I created it for him, and it truly brought him that structure. And I think about, even as an adult, I need structure as well. I remember as a teacher, whenever I went throughout the school year, I was fine. I would go to work. I had my routine. I would go here first. I would go here. I knew that. The moment we got on Christmas break or spring break, I was all over the place because I didn't know what to do next. I had all of this free time and I did not know how to use it. And I thought maybe that's what my son is dealing with. Because he don't know what to do next, he's kind of all over the place. And so that's the reason why we created our routine. First and foremost, to give him some structure. And so I want you guys to see exactly how I created that. So again, please make sure you guys stay to the end of the video. But if you have not done so already, definitely think about creating a routine and think about how you can put some structure in place for them. Because when I tell you, it is a great way for them to feel safe and secure and they know what to expect. We think that our children cannot do certain things. They absolutely can if they know what is expected of them. Now, the second reason why we have a routine in place is because when we did not have one, I noticed that there was an increase in meltdowns and tantrums. He would become frustrated because he was not sure of what to do next, right? And if I can compare that to anything, I would compare it back to the classroom. They always taught us that you have to have a routine in place. That's going to lessen the behavior that is not appropriate. And I saw that on many occasions when students were unfamiliar of what to do next. If there was no set routine in the classroom, that did often lead to students getting up out of their seat or going to go talk over here or talk over there because they were unsure of what to do next. When I finally got to the point where everybody knew the routine, there was no question about it. We ran that classroom like a well-oiled machine because they knew exactly what they needed to do. And so that's the same thing here. Because my son was unfamiliar of what to do next and we were kind of just free in the house doing whatever we wanted to do, there was no consistency, there was no structure, and he became frustrated. And that's when the meltdowns and the tantrums came. So for us, including this routine on a daily basis, morning and night, it has stopped those meltdowns. It has not stopped. It has lessened the meltdowns and the tantrums because now he knows the expectation. He knows that, hey, at this time I'm going to go ahead and go inside the restroom. It's time for me to go ahead and take care of everything that I need to take care of and then go ahead and hit my to-do list and check it off. And so I'm appreciative of that because those meltdowns and tantrums were a lot sometimes. However, once he saw that this is something that we're going to do every single night, we're going to do this every single night. We're going to brush our teeth. We're going to wash our face. We're going to use the potty. We're going to say our prayers. We're going to do our affirmations. We're going to take our bath. Once we realized that we're doing all of that, he began to expect it. And then when he began to expect it, there was no room for him to kind of have a fit or anything because he already knew what to do. So for us in our household, not only did it bring structure, but it did lessen those meltdowns and tantrums. So again, I'm not sure if you have a routine right now, but definitely thinking about getting one, especially if you have a child that likes predictable things, right? And Clay loves predictable things. He absolutely does. That routine became predictable for him and he knew exactly what he needed to do next, which again, a game changer for us. Now, I can go on and on and on, but I'm just going to give you one more reason why this morning routine has been beneficial to us and why we chose to do it. I have noticed that it has definitely increased accountability as well as independence in Clay, right? So there are some nights where I'm definitely helping and walking him through the process, but then there are some mornings and nights where he wants to do it on his own. He's becoming a little bit more independent, which I love. That's what I want for my child. And so this is Clay's morning routine, right? And you guys are going to see me create this in the video. And so we have anything from bathroom all the way to homeschool. Again, you do not have to do this. You don't have to have these exact ones. This is just what worked for us. We do not do it in this exact order. We just want to make sure that we get all of these done, right? So we have bathroom, affirmations, breakfast, brush teeth, wash face, get dressed, and then we have homeschool. This is the one we have for the morning. And so when I say accountability and independence, there are some days where once he finished it, mommy would go ahead and say, okay, you're all done, and I'll go ahead and move this little tab, and then I'll go ahead and stick it on there. But lately he has found joy, and once he completes something, he wants to go and check it off that yes, I have completed it. And for me, that's so exciting because he gets excited about being able to go and check it done, and so he gets through that routine. And so I love that it's creating that accountability as well as making him a little bit more independent and knowing exactly what it is he needs to do in the morning time as well as the nighttime. Again, we do not have to do all of these things. It does not have to go in this order. However, just him being able to say, hey, I completed this, and it's visual, he get to see it, it's everything. So this is another reason why I created this routine for us. It definitely allows him to be more independent, and it's just increasing that accountability. Clay, did you go use the potty? Clay, did you brush your teeth? Clay, wear your pajamas. Like, it's everything for us. And so it's definitely made a great deal of change inside of Clay. So I definitely would recommend this to anybody to go ahead and check out a routine, whatever works for you and your family. Now, again, definitely stay tuned because I'm getting ready to show you guys how I created this morning routine. So this is the morning one, which is why it's yellow here. And then we also have a night one. And I kind of use these same little dun strips and I put it on here. I have it on the door, and we just look at these every single morning and every single night. So we're going to go ahead and head over to how to make these actual charts. Okay, so let's create. First things first, you guys can use whatever you have on your computer, whether that's PowerPoint. I have Keynote. If you have Canva, Google Slides, it's completely up to you. So the very first thing that I'm doing is just resizing my document to be the size of a sheet of paper because I want to print it out. Now I'm printing mine out that's going to be the more of the horizontal or landscape size. So that's what you see me doing here. Again, when I print it out, I want to make sure that I'm printing it out as a sheet of paper. And so I have my landscape, and that's what I'm using. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and grab me a shape. I am making my shape right now because this is where I'm going to put Clay's morning routine or Clay's night routine. If you look here in Keynote, you guys have so many options of colors, whether you want to do blue or teal or yellow, orange, pink, purple. It's completely up to you, but you can change the color. Because this is going to be morning, I'm going to make mine yellow. And then after that, I'm also going to put a border on it. I like borders, but hey, that's just me. So I'm making my little rectangle, and then I'm adding a border. And I want it to be this amount of thickness. Right after that, I'm going to go ahead and grab a table. Now, I counted how many things I'm going to add in my chart, and I have a total of 7 different columns that I'm going to be using, right? And so when I say columns, this is like for breakfast, affirmations, all the different things that we're going to do. So here I'm just go ahead and making my column now, and then I'm also going to go ahead and make the lines a little bit darker or wider as well to kind of match that shape at the top. So here I am just making my lines a little bit darker. And just like that, I have my top portion as well as my bottom portion. In PowerPoint, Canva, whichever one you're using, now this is your time where you can add text, and whatever you're going to include inside of your actual chart, this is where you can begin to go ahead and type that. So I know for mine, I'm going to be using for bathroom, I'm going to have the affirmations. And so now I'm just changing the color. You can do whatever color you want. That's what I love about creating. You can literally make this your own, right? You can choose whichever font you want to use. I have been such a fan of KG Corner of the Sky. That's been one of my favorite fonts to use, especially for anything related to kids. So here I am just kind of zooming in a little bit, checking out my different sizes, what size I want to use, and then I'm also inputting my different sections that I'm going to be using. So again, I have bathroom, I have affirmations. After affirmations, I'm going to go in with, let's see what I'm doing next. We're going to go ahead and do breakfast, and then we're going to go ahead and go so forth. So go ahead and check out the different things that I'm using. Again, it's going to be completely up to you. Ours may not be the same, and that's completely fine. You want to make sure that you're creating whatever you're going to use for you and your child, whichever things you guys do on a daily basis. So again, right now I have bathroom, I have affirmations, I have breakfast, I have brush teeth, I have wash face. I'm pretty sure after this I'm going to put get dressed, and then the last thing that we're going to do is homeschool. And so I'm going to go ahead and type that in now, and as you can see, I'm just lining everything up so that everything can match. And so right after that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next section. Now that I have everything lined up exactly like I wanted, I'm just copying and pasting the word bathroom so I can keep the same font. But I'm going to go ahead and change it because this is like the title, the header. And right now I'm putting Clay's morning routine. It can say Clay's night routine. You can put your child's name. You can have my morning routine, our night routine. It's completely up to you. So I'm changing that right now. And then I'm also making it a lot larger because, again, this is the header. And so you see I have that there. The next thing I'm doing now is grabbing my images. I want to include images for that visual representation. So the very first thing that we have is the bathroom. So I'm going to go ahead and find me a photo of a toilet that I like. I see this blue toilet. I'm going to go ahead and save it to my computer. I like to look for PNGs. Those work the best for me, especially when it's time to remove the background. Here I am now on one of my favorite websites, which is remove.bg. It's just a website for you to go ahead and remove the background of your images so you don't have any of that, like that grid or a white background background or a color background. You're just basically removing the entire thing. So right now I'm trying to upload that photo to remove.bg. So I'm waiting for it to pop up. There it is. So now it's uploading into the system, and then it's going to go ahead and remove that background for me. As you guys can see, it's now removing it. So I went on and downloaded that new image, and now it's time for me to actually put it inside of the actual chart, which you guys are going to see now. I'm going to go ahead and resize it so it can go ahead and fit just inside that little column. I mean, it was as simple as that. And again, you guys can find any images that you want. This is just the very first one that I absolutely love. Now that I have all of my images, what I did behind the scenes, I just went and found all of the different images that I want. And so now you're going to go ahead and see me just include all of them. So I have the toilet. I'm going for the affirmations. My son's favorite part of his breakfast is always going to be his croissant. So I have a croissant. I'm going to go ahead and find a photo of a little boy brushing his teeth, washing his face, and so forth. So I'll come back once I have all of those images downloaded. So my last image that I have is just a representation of homeschool. So now I have all of the different images that I want for Clay's morning routine. Again, you can pick whatever images you want. The very next thing I'm getting ready to do is to make the strips that's going to say done. The strips are going to be Velcroed at the bottom of each of these different images. So here you see me just grabbing a square. I'm making the square the exact same length and width of one of my columns here. So that's what you see me doing. I want to make it the exact same width and length. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this page. So you'll see me doing that now. And then once I have everything copy and pasted, I'm going to erase everything on the second slide. I don't need that. I'm going to erase everything, and the only thing that I'm going to leave is just this black rectangle. Now my rectangles are going to say done. You can have yours to say complete, finish. It's completely up to you. Mine is going to say done. I'm going to give it a white background, and of course we have to have a border. So you see me adding the border, and I'm also going to go ahead and rotate it a little bit so I can go ahead and add my text in there. So that's what you see me doing now. I am rotating it, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my text, and I'm going to make it say done. Again, you can choose whichever font you like. It's completely up to you. This is custom. You make it exactly how you want it. So I'm typing in the word done. I'm going to change my color to black, and then I'm going to blow it up and change my font to whatever I like. I love when I'm able to go ahead and just blow up my font. It's like my favorite part. So I'm starting off small, but now I'm about to go really, really big. I want to go ahead and fit the entire rectangle. So that's what I'm doing now. And because I have 7 columns, I'm going to make 7 of these. So I'm just going to copy and paste until I get 7 of these strips. And again, this is what's going to be Velcroed at the bottom of each of the different columns. So right now I'm going to go ahead and make my 7, and then I'll come back once I have them all done. Okay, I'm back, and as you guys see, I have a total of 6 of my strips right now. I do need to fit one more. However, the size that I chose, I cannot fit that 7th one right next to it. However, I did make some space at the bottom. So what you see me doing right now is just copying and pasting it, but I'm going to have to change the direction of this one so that it can fit right there at the bottom. And if I did not mention, I am going to print these pages out. I am going to laminate it, and these done strips, they are actually going to be Velcroed at the bottom of my chart, and you guys are going to see that towards the end. So I'm just fixing everything right now to make sure that everything is measured correctly so I will not have any problems when it's time to cut them out. Now it's time for me to go ahead and copy and paste my very first chart, and now I'm going to turn this one from Clay's morning routine to night routine. There's no reason to go ahead and start all the way over. I'm just going to copy and paste and then change out the words. So since we use yellow for morning, we're gonna go towards a blue for the nighttime. That kind of gives me the nighttime feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this blue, but I'm also going to change my color of my font to white since the background is so dark. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and go in and change some of these routines around, right? We're not going to have breakfast at nighttime. We're not going to have homeschool at nighttime. So I'm going to go in and change some things around, and then I'll come back, you guys, to see what I finalized. So I have my list completed here, and so off camera I went on to Google just like I did for the morning routine, and I found my different images to fit each of my parts of my routine. So I found the little boy in pajamas, the little boy in the bathtub, I found the little boy praying, mommy and son reading a story together, a different affirmation. I found those images, I removed the background, and now I'm just adding them to the different sections. So for our night routine in our household, we have affirmations, bath time, brushing teeth, going to the potty, putting on pajamas, pajama story time, and of course we have praying. Now I do want you guys to notice how I changed my affirmations up a little bit. In the morning routine, I had that I'm going to learn something new today, but in the night routine, I have I am strong, right? So we went on and did that. Now I'm just making sure that everything is fit, and that's honestly the last thing that we have to do as far as creating. Now it's time to print as well as laminate. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you have not done so already, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. Definitely give this video a big thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Do you have a routine in place for your child? Is it working? Is there anything that I can do differently? Let me know. I am still trying to get this routine stuff together, okay? So definitely let me know. Y'all, I really appreciate you taking time out to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you learned something from it. And again, my biggest advice, do what works for you and your household, you and your family. So until the next video, guys, y'all be blessed. Bye.